Hi guys, in case you haven't heard, the Fujifilm X100VI is poised to be the greatest selling camera of all time if the pre-orders are any indication. The pre-orders are through the roof. They are shattering all of the other pre-order records. Crazy things being said. Sony Alpha Rumors said that it's 50 times the pre-orders of the A7C II and the A7CR combined. And another one said that 500,000 units have been sold to Japan alone. So bananas. This thing will definitely sell out. I did pre-order mine, but a lot of people are asking, why is this particular camera so popular? What about something like this? This is the XS20. I love this very much, and we'll talk about that in comparison in a second. But first, I will say, if you're like me and you're a bit on the fence, you should probably just pre-order it anyway, because there are a lot of stores. The ones I will link below, these will be affiliate links, of course, to make me stinking rich. But these stores that I will link, you don't have to pay ahead of time. You can just order your camera and then you will pay once it ships to you. So that's what I did. I did it from Camera Canada up here in Canada, but I will also link to stores for the United States and international shipping. And that way, if the wait time is too long, I can just cancel my pre-order. Fuji did anticipate a big rush on this camera. Not quite this big, but they did stockpile a few, and they are making much more than they did of the X100V or 5, depending on how you call it. And so there are still some stores available to pre-order that can ship them out fairly quickly. I will list them below. I can actually see both sides of the argument on this particular camera. I can see why some people are so excited about it, and I can also see why some people think, what is the deal here? Why is this being so overhyped? It is just the TikTokers, the booty poppers, the hipsters, just all this groupthink saying you need this new fashion accessory, which is basically just a point and shoot. I get that point too. So in many ways, this camera is very limiting. It has a fixed lens. You can't change the lens out. You are stuck with the lens that it has, and it's a 23mm APS-C lens, f2, so full frame equivalent. That will be a 35mm field of view with roughly an f3 depth of field if you are measuring from the same distance. Now you can also punch in to 50mm and 70mm full frame equivalent, but that is just punching in on the sensor. You can really do that in post. So if you have any 40 megapixel camera, you could do it that way. It is nice to see it in screen, and I'm glad they do have that feature, but it is really just a fixed 23mm f2 APS-C lens. Whereas for cheaper, you could get something like the XS20, which has a nice flippy screen, which is great for your hybrid shooting, and you can have interchangeable lenses to your heart's content. Fuji makes great lenses, Sigma, great lenses for the Fuji system, Viltrox as well. There are so many companies making great lenses for the Fujifilm system. Having that interchangeable lens, that is just so great. And the X100VI uses the exact same sensor and processor as the Fuji X-T5. The X-T5 is only $100 more body alone, but then you do have to buy a lens. We will get back to that. So what then is the draw of the X100VI besides the hype and the popularity? There are some legitimate reasons why people really want this camera. One of them is this is one of the cheapest ways to get a 40 megapixel APS-C camera. So what you have here is a wonderful sensor that takes fantastic images, 40 megapixels, and if you like that 35mm equivalent full frame field of view, I mean, that's fantastic. An X-T5 to buy a lens that's 23mm f2. Now you're going to stack on maybe $500 onto that. So for $1,600, you just get the whole kit and caboodle. You have a camera with a lens that takes fantastic pictures and fantastic video. There you go. It is a pretty cheap way to get that level of quality from a camera. Surprisingly, there's also gyro data that is recorded in the X100VI, and people who watch my channel know that I love gyro data in a camera because you end up with some shaky video footage. You can come home, run that through a program, smooth it out, and then you can have gimbal-like footage without a gimbal. I feel like people aren't mentioning the gyro data enough with this X100VI. The size of the camera, with that fixed pancake type lens and the small camera body, it is pretty pocketable as long as your pockets are decently big. Like even this little XS20, once you stick a lens on that, you're not sticking it in any pocket unless you get a really low profile pancake lens. And while a lot of people may find that camera limiting with its fixed lens, a lot of other people will find it liberating, because there is something nice about knowing this is the camera, this is the lens, no decisions. We're overwhelmed with choice. Like when I go out, say, and I'm doing my street photography, I'm picking my camera and then I agonize over which lenses will I take. Will I take a couple of lenses? Will I take a zoom lens? Will I take one fixed prime lens? But you just know what you're getting. Here is my camera. It's got a 23mm APS-C lens. I know what I'm getting out there, and you will also get very used to that camera, and you will see the world through that lens, and you will become very good at taking shots with that particular camera. There's something comforting about knowing that your choice is limited. You don't have to worry about it. Pick up your camera and go have some fun. And speaking of fun, this last point here is why I think so many people are actually going to pick up the Fujifilm X100VI. The camera just has that right combination of styling and size and functionality that makes people want to pick it up and go use it. And like a camera that inspires you to go out and shoot, you cannot put a price on that. Well, I guess you can. It'd be $15.99 USD. But people are willing to pay $15.99 USD for a camera that makes them feel like going out and capturing the world. Because at the heart of it, what are we as photographers? We're people who just want to pick something up and go out and be inspired and just take in the world around us. And you cannot discount the fact that if this camera makes you feel that way, then maybe it is a good investment, even though there are other cameras out there that may be slightly better values. And that is what I am hoping for when I get my pre-order in. I am hoping the camera inspires me the way the X100V seems to have inspired so many people in the past few years. And if it doesn't, then I will just turn around and sell it on eBay for 3 times the price. It is a win-win, just like this video right here, you watching me. That was a total win-win. So comment down below if this is a camera you are interested in. If not, why? But let's be nice about it and remember that different people have different opinions. We can all be civilized here in the comment section. Thanks for watching this. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.